beautiful life. A few years ago, I went through a rough patch in life, the kind that sneaks up on you slowly, like a storm building on the horizon. It started with a misunderstanding at work that led to strained relationships with my colleagues. Around the same time, I had a falling out with an old friend, someone I trusted deeply. And if that wasn't enough, I was navigating a complicated breakup that left me emotionally drained. One evening, I was sitting alone in my living room, sipping a cup of lukewarm tea, replaying every conversation, every moment, wondering what I did wrong, or more accurately, whom to blame. That night, I started writing in my journal. Not angry words, but just thoughts. And slowly, I began to notice something. There was a colleague named Ria who stood by me quietly at work. She never got involved in the drama, but she always checked in, asked how I was doing, and left a chocolate on my desk on particularly bad days. That's when I wrote down, "Good people give you happiness." Then I thought about the friend who betrayed my trust. That hurt. But it also taught me how to draw boundaries and stand up for myself. Skills I never knew I had. I had written dozens of pages about the pain, but this time, I simply wrote, "Bad people give you experience." Then there was someone who used me, took my kindness for weakness, and manipulated my emotions. For months I carried the weight of anger and guilt. But eventually, when I started letting go, I realized what they truly gave me. A mirror. A mirror to see my worth, and to never let someone treat me that way again. I wrote, with a deep breath, "Worst people give you a lesson." And finally, there was my grandmother. She had passed away a year before all this. She was never loud or overly affectionate, but her presence was a warm blanket around my soul. She made the best tea, told the kindest stories, and always knew when something was wrong, even if I never said a word. Thinking about her brought a smile through my tears. I picked up my pen and wrote, "The best people give you memories." That night, I didn't fall asleep bitter or exhausted like the nights before. I felt lighter, as if each person who had come and gone from my life had carved something into me, not to break me, but to shape me. Since then, I've stopped blaming people for how they made me feel. Not because they were right, but because I learned that every encounter, no matter how small or painful, serves a purpose. Some people stay, some leave. Some love you, some hurt you. But they all teach you something about others, about life, and most importantly, about yourself. Here's what I've learned. Never blame anyone in your life. Every person is a chapter, a lesson, or a blessing. The good ones bring joy. The bad ones bring wisdom. The worst ones bring growth. And the best ones bring lasting love. Instead of carrying bitterness, carry gratitude. For the ones who stayed and the ones who left, be kind, be open, and above all, be among those who give happiness and beautiful memories. That is how we grow. That is how we heal. And that, I believe, is the quiet, powerful purpose of every connection we make.